Welcome back, I'm Tedward, and today we're driving a truck. Sort of. Is it a truck? It's the 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport, and we've got this vehicle thanks to McGovern Honda in Everett, Massachusetts. This one has the HPD Honda Performance Development Package. Sounds awfully close to TRD. Clearly no rivalry going on there. But the Ridgeline is such an odd vehicle because it's actually pretty much suited for a large group of people, but it just doesn't fit in the truck community because it's unibody. It's basically a minivan that's been turned into this open rear cargo space. And oh my goodness, look at these scary bugs swarming. The locusts have come. But I really like the Honda Ridgeline because I think it answers a question that a lot of people are too afraid to ask. Like, what if my truck had better fuel economy? What if my truck didn't need to tow an extra ton? This only tows about 5,000 pounds. So if you need more, you buy a truck that can do it. If you don't, this is gonna work out for you. You've got a trunk back here and the always cool double door because you can open this like this. And you can also open it like a barn door, and well, our plate's gonna fall off. And then you don't just have the cargo bed. You can open this and you have this giant trunk space down here that you can like put luggage or things that you don't want in the cabin or out in an open bed where they could get stolen or whatever. I mean, this is so cool. And then under here, they've made room for a little space saver donut and a jack if you need it. And because it's not a traditional body on frame truck, it actually has great ride quality because you don't have a single leaf spring across the solid rear axle. It's got an independent rear suspension. Inside, we've got a spacious cabin, and let's hop in the back. In my seating position, I have loads of room back here. It's a nice place to be. It's very simple, though. Nothing crazy. And would you expect much more from a mid-sized truck? And I'm going to use the T word. All right, so get over it. We're going to use the T word. Under the hood, this is probably my favorite thing about the Ridgeline, is that it has a 3.5 liter V6. Always love a Honda V6. And it makes 280 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. It's a great engine. It's very smooth. It gives you what you need, not much more than you do, but it makes it smooth and it's fuel efficient. So, you know, you're going to get 24 to 28 miles per gallon on the highway. It's a good place to be. Let's jump in and get started. Got these nice captain's chairs with armrests, good to have, and then loads of storage space. Not quite Ford F-150 levels of storage space there, but we're clearly not in that class. Got some power outlets down here and more up front, so you'll be in no position of running out of battery on any of your things that need charging. And then, okay, here's the one thing that I would complain about, and I get why. Steering wheel. It's, let's say, rugged. It's just plastic. It's a very cheap feeling wheel. And I get that. But, you know, we're not in a work truck, so I don't totally understand why you would need this wheel to be so rugged. I get it when you're in like an F-150 or an F-250 or something like that. I don't really get it in this. This would have done really well with a leather wrapped. However, it may be a trim level. I might just be seeing a lower trim level, and that's fine. So maybe there's a higher trim level with a leather wrapped steering wheel, and you can tell me in the comments. To shift into drive, to me, this is familiar from the Acura NSX. I don't know if they use this in other minivans and stuff, but this little shifter deal is what is in the NSX, so that's kind of neat. That's the only thing about this that is going to feel NSX. We're getting the right of way because we are in the all-powerful Ridgeline. It looks beefy. Let's see how she revs out. Loads of torque. This is nice to drive. This is a good daily, man. This does a lot of things. We are in eco mode, so I think I see all kinds of green things happening on the dashboard. Oh, maybe it's just because I'm lifting off. It's getting more green as I'm not applying lots of throttle. That makes sense. Thank you, Honda Ridgeline. The dashboard has this digital speedometer. I would prefer just a standard, normal analog dial as opposed to that, but that's fine. It's giving me the information I need, and if we want to be cool like a Honda S2000, I guess sometimes we have to deal with digital things, but you know, I'm old school. It does have lane keep assist, which is really funny because it just feels like you have a tire out of balance. So when you start going out of a lane, it'll just kind of like shimmy the wheel on you. But otherwise, this is like really easy to drive because it's more of an SUV than a truck, if anything. And you know, if you've ever driven a minivan, this is going to feel like a minivan El Camino. That's kind of what it is. It's a minivan El Camino. See how she handles the rotary. Not the most grip in the world, but I think we've got these sort of like all-terrain-ish tires on it as well, so I don't anticipate that those are going to be incredible, although that does matter for stopping distance, and I would presume that maybe you want to leave a little bit of space for yourself. It's a heavy vehicle, and it doesn't have the grippiest tires, so we got to be smart. Want to drive through some Boston traffic with me? Look, she's going to cut across. No blinker, she's just going to go for it. You don't care. It's kind of entertaining, to be honest with you, to drive in Boston. I think everyone should drive in Boston. I know there's worse places. I get that, but you know, it's nice. Once you get out though, once you're like, oh, we're done. We're out. I'm on the bridge. I've made it. It's such a relief. It's such a relief. The Honda Ridgeline comes in all-wheel drive. Originally, it did not. The first generation Honda Ridgeline, which was a bit of an abomination as appearance goes. I think this is a much better-looking vehicle. Did not. I don't think they all came in all-wheel drive, and that seems so odd to me. That seems like a prerequisite, but maybe it was just a sign of the times. But the new generation, you can get them in all-wheel drive, of course. So that's great. It probably makes it a heck of a lot more capable than they were, and maybe that will quell some of the like truck people. But you know, this isn't going to be an off-roader. Yes, could you take it on unpaved roads? Certainly, it'll do well there. Oh, there's that lane assist. It's giving me the wobble. But this isn't going to be a rock crawler. It's not designed for that. It's designed to be a very interesting Swiss Army knife of a vehicle, and I think it gets a lot of hate for reasons of just not being tough enough, but it actually serves a really solid purpose in the market that nobody else makes. And it's surprisingly good to drive. I mean, number one, this V6 makes good power. It makes legitimate power. And that's something that I can't really say for the Tacoma. That power plant always feels a little anemic. So right off the bat, that's a big win for this. And then ride quality, phenomenal, because we're not talking about a body-on-frame pickup. And it's just so much more stable. All right, let's see if we can get this lane keep assist to tell me I'm out of my lane. There it is. It's a little bit of wobble, right? It's just odd. I think we'll turn that off. I don't like that. I like that they give you buttons to just turn things on and off quickly, because if I had to go through this menu to find that, that would drive me out of my mind. There's the Element, fellow weird Honda. It handles the bumps nicely, no squeaks or creaks. It's, you know, oh my goodness, this is just a terrible mess. We're going for it. This thing sounds fantastic. I actually really like this V6. Oh man, Honda V6s are great. Gotta say, handling wise, the Ridgeline is really stable, and I think it's a testament to the fact that it's a unibody and independent rear suspension. So, you know, you don't get that truck feel of like the rear end skipping across the pavement over any imperfections in a corner. Do I wish that Honda made like a really rugged body-on-frame pickup truck? Absolutely. Absolutely. That'd be so cool. But, you know, I think this fills a spot in the market that just, there are plenty of people like me. I don't tow anything, and you know, sometimes it's nice to have the freedom of a pickup truck, and this gives you that cargo space. And it's quick. I mean, this gets up to speed nicely. I was just driving a new 2022 Honda Civic, and it seems so weird to say 2022. And like, yeah, that's underpowered. It needs a little juice. This thing's really good. This thing moves. Not all of us are hauling rugged stuff all the time. Not all of us need the full capability of a pickup truck that can tow, 6,000 to 8,000 pounds. The Ridgeline's a little bit of an if you know vehicle. I think the people who it's aimed for understand why they own it, and then those who want to say, oh, it's not a real truck, like, you don't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's not a real truck. It does the thing that the owners need it to do, and that's fantastic. It is like a practical El Camino. It is an El Camino that is, oh man, they're going to be so mad at me that I'm calling it that. But like, this is a minivan with a truck bed that is very convenient for a lot of people. There's really low road noise on the highway too. Like, this is a nice place to be. I could commute in this. This is awesome. So thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. We've got the beautiful Boston City skyline ahead. I'm going to go drop this back off at McGovern Honda in Everett, right next to the Encore Casino. Thank you guys for respecting the drive. I'll see you in the next one. Here's the new Encore Casino, and the next door neighbor is McGovern Honda.